Chief Matthew Atamah for governor. The J. Soba of Benin Kingdom shared the American dream with the energetic, enthusiastic, and charming achiever with excellent high leadership qualities. A good motivator, philanthropist, diligent facilitator, a gifted and dignified inspirer with a humble background. A man of the season. Vote Chief Matthew Atamah for Governor Edo State.
For Edo State, let's come together and make Atamah the people's governor.
About top there, he said, my great people of Edo State, I bring you a message of hope, a message of continuity in governance, and a message of peace, progress, and prosperity in our state. I hope I remain a familiar face and a familiar voice in our determination to restore the lost glory of Edo State as the pace setter and the heartbeat of our country, Nigeria. For those who are not familiar with my person, let me take a minute to introduce myself. I am Chief Matthew Iselobo Atamah, an Asa man by birth and a Benin man by His Royal Majesty's conversion. Omonobane do Kwa Polopolo, or by radio in the royal chieftaincy title of J. Soba of Benin Kingdom. Oba Atokbe, he said, I am a foundation member and a pioneer governorship aspirant of our great party, a party that was born out of necessity here in Edo State in 2006. You all know the story. The ruling party at the time, the PDP, had for many years tried to place limitations on the people of Edo State, but failed to realize that no man is God. They failed to realize that situations born out of limitation create successes that have no boundaries. My campaign organization and the party as it was were resolved to unseat the corrupt and retrogressive government of the PDP in Edo State, a task that was deemed impossible by many and a mission that was tagged suicidal. However, believing that our struggle was for a noble cause, we pressed on in our courageous best until the emergence of Comrade Adams Aliu Oshomole, whose pedigree proved to be better suited for the job and for the political fight that lied ahead. And in recognition of the value he was bringing to the struggle, I graciously stepped down my ambition for the field marshal of the masses. And that is Comrade Governor Adams Aliu Oshomole, MNI-CON. You may want to know what motivates my ambition to enter the race for governor of Edo State. You see, when I was growing up as a young boy, I had no idea what life was all about. I thought life was all about me, about my immediate family, my parents, my brothers, my sisters, and their well-being. I thought life was about my goals and my ambitions, like to attend university overseas, be a graduate, get a good job, get a car, get married, build my dream homes, raise my family, and be successful. But I was wrong. Given I was raised in humble circumstances with a childhood that was fraught with struggles and characterized with poverty. While I managed to live out my dreams, there were many out there who were not so lucky. With time, it became obvious that life isn't about me, nor about how fulfilled I am, but about how happy and fulfilled others can be because of me. My challenge today is to ensure that every man and woman, boy and girl in Edo State have every opportunity for happiness and the fulfillment of their own dreams. This is the basis for my decision to contest the governorship of Edo State, so that I can make a difference. You may wonder what difference I can possibly make, given that our comrade Governor Adams Aliu Oshomole, in his divine disposition as governor of Edo State, has done magnificently well and has raised the performance standard in the office of the executive governor of Edo State to an Olympic level. True, that is. But in my eyes, and in what Edo State is about to experience, Comrade Governor Adams Aliu Oshomole's coming can be likened to John the Baptist in the Bible, whose coming was to prepare the way for the one who is greater than him. Let me say that again. Comrade Adams Aliu Oshomole's coming as governor of Edo State is to prepare the way for the one who is greater than him, and that one is yours truly. We all agree that the comrade governor has done very well as governor of Edo State. We agree that he needs to be succeeded by a man who has demonstrated unwavering loyalty and commitment to the democratic ideals of our great party, the APC, not political party hoppers or the food-is-ready politicians. We also agree that he needs to be succeeded by a man with a progressive and strong philosophical ideology, a visionary and a proactive leader with the ability to motivate others. His successor must be a new generation politician like the comrade governor himself, who has passion for the social, political, and economic development of the people of Edo State, and who does not have a drop of PDP blood in his system. His successor must also be a man with immense credibility, courage, and consistency, a man who is passionate about advocating progress and reforms. Only such a person will be able to carry on the comrade governor's vision and sustain his developmental legacies. If you have been looking and searching for his successor, look no further. The search is over, for these are the qualities that define my character. I am not only your answer, I am the solution that satisfies both sides of Edo 2016 ethno-political equation of the Benin-Asa dichotomy. I am an Asa man by birth and a born-again Benin man by His Royal Majesty's conversion, a rebirth that I am very proud of. Oba Atokbe Ise. By implication, I represent and satisfy the yearnings of both the Benins and the Asa people. I am willing, able, and ready to take on the responsibility of providing quality leadership as the next governor of Edo State, with continuity in governance as predicated by Comrade Governor Adams Aliu Oshomole. I can say with certainty that I am the only governorship aspirant since 2006 that has not left our party to rejoin again. Others are either first-timers or the campees with hidden agenda. You cannot be trusted if you have not been tested. Whether you believe it or not, we all have been tested one way or another. My vision and mission for Edo State are clear and simple. I envisage an economy where every young man and woman will be gainfully employed, a phenomenon that will reduce crime and promote social and economic freedom, as well as provide safety and security of lives and property of the people of Edo State. I envisage an economy with endless business opportunities for our enterprising men and women that will foster continued growth and development of Edo State, where progress and prosperity will be restored to our people. I envisage a society where hunger and starvation will be history because of our grassroots agricultural program. We live in a period of economic adversities, a period that calls us to reflect on our past, assess our present, and look into our future. Yes, they say tough times don't last, but when the youths are unemployed and lack the capacity to be productive, tough times may linger for a long time. We must take care of our roots, and we must take care of our youths. We cannot have a thriving economy when the grassroots suffers. No plant grows well when its roots are weak and unhealthy. Similarly, no economy thrives when the youths are unemployed, hungry, and disillusioned. A tree will eventually die if its roots are dying. In the same vein, a nation, state, or local economy will nosedive if the youths are not employed and empowered. I am convinced that a socially and economically empowered youth is more likely to be an independently minded defender of our democracy. There is no reason in the world why the people of Edo State should go to sleep hungry or not have enough food to feed our families. Our state is endowed with abundant fertile land, favorable climate, and sufficient rainfall to support a sustainable agricultural program. Given these facts, I find our current situation unacceptable. You see, there are many fathers and mothers in our state today who lie in bed awake every night after their children have fallen asleep, wondering how to provide food for the next day and how to find money to pay their house rents and other bills that have long been overdue. Agriculture is the answer. The main requirement of any nation or state is food security. Why can't we get it? Besides the air we breathe and the water we drink, food is the next necessity of life. We can have all the oil we want and all the monies we can get, but if we don't have enough food for our growing population, our economy and nation will never be strong. We as a people can survive without crude oil, but I doubt if we can survive without food. As governor of Edo State, I intend to make agriculture the backbone of our state's economy, and it will play a critical role in the sustainability of our people. I will embark on a massive re-education program that will attract young people to agriculture through our grassroots agricultural initiative. I will create an enabling environment for a rapid growth and development of agriculture, and I will put policies in place that will facilitate the eradication of hunger and poverty in Edo State. As governor, I will tap into and develop this sector to the point where Edo State government, to a large extent, will rely on this sector rather than proceeds from the federal allocation. Above all, this sector will provide employment opportunities that will drastically reduce the high rate of unemployment, as well as improve the standard of living of our people. Finally, I also envisage a society where peace and tranquility will reign, wellness and good health will take center stage in our lives, and we will live in religious and cultural harmony with one another. My mission for Edo State is not far from my vision. As a matter of fact, they are interwoven, and it forms the basis for my vision. My administration will provide honest and quality leadership with measurable benefits to the people of Edo State through transparency and accountability, with policies and programs that will provide the greatest good for the greatest number of people of Edo State. We will build on the developmental legacies of Comrade Governor Adam Saliu Oshomole. Let's face it, the path of economic growth, progress, and prosperity has been established by the Comrade Governor, and I intend to follow that path. We will continue with the Red Roof Revolution and extend such to areas that have not been revolutionized. We will continue and improve on his infrastructural development program. We will construct new roads where they are needed and rehabilitate failing roads in the 3 senatorial districts with greater emphasis on the state capital, Benin City. Importantly, we will continue with the storm water project of the Comrade Governor. Environmental beautification and sanitation will receive appreciable attention. In tackling the problem of unemployment, we will establish a Edo State Unemployment Commission to cater and look into the welfare of our unemployed. My administration will inspire the future of Edo State by stimulating our economy and inducing the wealth and prosperity potentials of our people. Above all, my administration will do everything possible to adjust the imbalance in the structural configuration of the political tripod on which Edo State stands, in order to reflect the fundamental principles of political representation, which anchors on the population of the people we serve. Finally, my administration will restore the lost glory of Edo State as the pace setter and the heartbeat of our nation. My administration will be committed to an education reform program that will make learning more beneficial and rewarding to the students, as well as open a clear career path under a well-managed career counseling program that will make them useful to themselves and to the community at large. Under our education reform program, our children will go to schools worthy of their potentials, schools that will challenge them, inspire them, and instill in them a sense of wonder about the world they live in. We will introduce free lunch in all government-owned primary schools as an incentive to make children want to go to school. We will teach Edo State culture and tradition to our pupils and students at all levels of our educational system. We will make the provision of technical and vocational education a major policy concern, while entrepreneurial training and life skills shall form part of our education curriculum. We will reintroduce the teaching of vernacular in our schools. We will promote and sustain our culture and tradition to the envy and admiration of the world. Under our education reform program, university education will be for all who desire it, not just for children of the rich. Healthcare is the nerve center of every social and political program in modern democracy and will receive priority attention in my administration. We will implement a comprehensive health policy at all levels of our healthcare delivery system with the aim of guaranteeing good health and general well-being of our people. We will continue with the hospital infrastructural development initiative of our comrade governor and extend same to the 3 senatorial districts of our state. The healthcare facilities will be furnished and well equipped, while our healthcare personnel, both management and clinical staff, will be constantly trained to meet World Health Delivery standards. My administration will provide free medical services to senior citizens 65 and above and children aged 0 to 16 years of age. Sports is another area of interest to my administration. As you know, sports activities are vital to the holistic development of young people, fostering their physical, social, and emotional health. And we plan to make sports one of the priority areas of my administration's strategic, economic, and human development planning. Sports event is the only forum that can bring people together for a common purpose, other than political campaign rallies and religious crusades. And if properly managed and promoted, sports can play an important role in the process of national and state development and can be used to achieve peace initiatives at state, national, and international levels. It is my wish as governor of Edo State to promote and develop sports on a wide scale in order to achieve its maximum benefit. It is my belief that sports can be an avenue to combat crime, as well as create positive attitude among our people, especially the youth. When we pull together as a people, we are as strong as our weakest link. Therefore, the strength of our economy lies in the weakest point of our human strings, the youth. It is my wish as governor of Edo State to use sports to develop our young ones, instill a change of attitude in them, and bring hope to their lives. The transportation sector of our economy will undergo a civil reform. We will implement major projects to expand and modernize the transport sector. In this reform, the people of Edo State will enjoy 14 hours daily of luxury bus shuttle around the major cities, courtesy of our mass transit route bus service. This initiative will decongest traffic on our roads and bring civility to our motorists. City traffic will be transformed from the present road scramble to a civilized traffic flow. The new order will induce discipline amongst road users while enforcing traffic rules and regulation across the state through the efforts of Edo State Law Enforcement Agency. Major emphasis will be placed on continuous road maintenance and will develop a viable water system to facilitate the movement of people and persons with a view of decongesting traffic on our roads. As governor of Edo State, the issue of inadequate marketplace or the lack of adequate market facilities will be history. We will build modern markets in strategic locations to meet the growing demands of our traders, especially in the Benin metropolis, a phenomenon that will eliminate trading on our walkways and eliminate street trading in general. Existing markets will be given facelifts so that our traders can breathe the air of greater commercial freedom. The Nigerian police force remains the primary agency of law enforcement in our country, while the state governor is the chief security officer of his state. As governor of Edo State, I will support and strengthen the Nigerian police force operating in our state to be the best they can be and to be the leading professional law enforcement and the most efficient crime-fighting machine in the country. The provision of safety and security to our people and to our community will be our utmost priority. We will control social disorder with a no-nonsense approach and give political attention to the protection and respect for human rights. Similarly, We will also support and recognize other security agencies operating in Edo State. We recognize the integrative and the community mobilizer role that traditional rulers play in their communities. And my administration will empower this social cultural institution with a view to enhance their ability to play their role as the custodian of our rich cultural heritage. My administration will jealously guard and protect the Edo State culture. We will proudly support and promote our culture and tradition to the admiration of the world. We will also endeavor to restore our traditional historical sites and monuments with a view to developing tourism in our state. The grassroots can only feel the presence and impact of government when governance of the local government is truly in the hands of the people at the local government level. As governor of Edo State, I will grant autonomy to the 18 local government councils of our state. The reason is simple. If, for example, a man has 18 children, all of whom are successful adults, does he continue to support and nurture them? Does he tell them how to run their homes and their families? When children become independent of their parents, they become free to pursue their individual dreams and aspirations. The same is true of our 18 local government councils. They were constitutionally established as the third tier of government and should be allowed to exist and operate as such. As governor of Edo State, I will grant autonomy to the 18 local government councils and support them to pursue their administrative and developmental goals and objectives. This is the only way development will truly get to the people at the grassroots. People seem to get better at what they do when they do what they've always done. We as a people have lived with corruption for far too long, and it has become our way of life and has been transmitted from one generation to another. This cancerous disease called corruption is embedded at all levels of our social, political, and economic life. And the downside is, when we continue to do what we've always done, we will continue to get the same results that we have always gotten. This has to change. We must join in the fight against corruption with zero tolerance, and I intend to lead this fight in Edo State. As governor, I will bring governance closer to the people by introducing policies of inclusion. There are no easy solutions to difficult problems. The destiny of our state lies not only in the voice of our people, but also in the hands of our people. We cannot solve problems by using the same mindset that we used when we created the problems. So we must change. We should be prepared to change, and the time to make that change is now. I am aware that the way of life of a people determines the behavior of the people. I am aware that the way of life of a people resists change. I'm also aware that the way of life of a people is hereditary, but we must break this ugly trend. We must break this yoke of corruption, and the time to do that is now. I am confident in the strength and the resolute power of the people of Edo State, and I am consoled in the fact that there is nothing we collectively decide to do as a people that we all together cannot do. We must fight corruption, and the time to fight corruption is now. Corruption is retrogressive, and we must change from retrogression to progression. Corruption breeds backwardness. We must change from backwardness to forwardness. Corruption brings despair and depression. We must change from despair and depression to progress and prosperity. My great people of Edo State, I invite you to join me, and let's all together move in unity, peace, social justice, progress, and prosperity. I also invite you to join me in the economic development of our fatherland. God bless Edo State and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live the people of Edo State. Oba Atokbe.
Continuity in government. At you Atamah. Prosperity agenda. APC. Commitment to duty. At you Atamah. The people's governor. For progress.
Chief Matthew Atamah for governor. The Ujesoba of Benin Kingdom shared the American dream with the energetic, enthusiastic, and charming achiever with excellent high leadership qualities. A good motivator, philanthropist, diligent facilitator, a gifted and dignified inspirer with a humble background. A man of the season. Vote Chief Matthew Atamah for governor Edo State.
For Edo State, let's come together and make Atamah